So we just moved our cows and sheep into new paddocks. This is kind of what we have set up right now. So back there's one move, two moves, three moves. And we have, I don't know if you can see it, we have 4 polywire set up. The cows actually don't need that much. But our sheep, some of our sheep are great and some of them are tricky. So this is our setup right now. We actually had them here during a storm, but our tree snapped and broke. So that will have to be like cut down. And just unrolled some hay for them, although it looks like they've got plenty even under the snow. This is the mother of our calf. We call her Rosie. Hey, Rosie. She's a good mom. And then this is her calf, Buddy, who we recently steered. So we're raising him as a steer. Hey, Buddy. And then these are a couple of our other cows. And this is our big guy. He's a son of Broadway. In the South Pole community, a lot of people know who he is. And he's been great. He's just a good bull, mild-mannered, really gentle temperament. Gets along well with all the other cows. And so our dairy cow and her heifer are down by our barn helping to refertilize and reseed that field. And then this is what we got going on here. Hey, babe. Can you help me over?
Yeah, let me help you.
So I don't fall on camera. And then we've got our setup is just, we have these lanes. Now, if it were spring and the grass were growing quicker, we'd actually use half of this space. So this is one section, and then from here to here is another section, and they're about 25 feet for each one by like around 300 feet or so. But we double it up right now in the winter so we can leave them for about 3 days when we're using hay. So they're in there about 3 days, and then they move to the next paddock. And then our sheep just come in right behind them. We have Katahdin Dorper sheep, and then this guy, our little ram, he is Katahdin and crossed with Florida Cracker. So Florida Cracker is supposed to be extremely heat resistant. They've kind of been bred from a flock that was parasite resistant. Really good hooves. They never ever have to do hoof trimmings, and they do well in all the different temperaments and their temperatures rather, and they're climatized to this area. They all seem to be doing well. You're very curious, wondering what I'm doing. This is our biggest troublemaker right here. If she wasn't so sweet, she's the one that always wants to escape. She's super, super friendly, but she always wants to, if anyone's gonna escape, it's gonna be her. So they all look great. We are able to, when we rotate them like this, we're able to kind of pull some aside and check their inner eyelids to see if there's any anemia or anything, and check them pretty regularly for any signs of parasites. We're able to check their back ends, make sure everybody's really clean, that there's really no signs of any sort of illness, and they all look great. They've been wonderful. So this is a little bit more labor intensive doing things this way, but I think we're able to manage our flock a lot more carefully. And the hope is that we're actually going to have another wire running down here, and this will be our lane when we can get in fencing, and it'll go all the way down through the woods all the way back to the house. And so we'll have about 45 paddocks on this side and about 45 on this side. So actually the last time they were in this section was when Buddy was born. So he was actually born like right when they were under this tree, and he is now 3 months old. So they haven't been in here for 3 months, and they've been doing great. And so this is our setup. They just finished coming through all of this. They won't see this area again for another couple of months, and then we'll start all over again. All of this has been reseeded, so Sean and I walked, right honey, behind all the cows and the sheep when they left these paddocks, and we oh, you're gonna throw some seed? Okay, so we did this. We just kind of keep a bucket of whatever seed we want to spread, and we go through, count the manure patties to make sure that they're getting enough food, that it looks like they've pretty consistently been eating enough, and then we just throw some seed on each of them. So we actually we already seeded all of our pastures twice this year, different seeds. And then we're actually just throwing, this is a mixture of, I believe it's red clover, white ladino clover, hairy vetch, and alfalfa, I think. So just to add some more protein to the field. And this pasture, this whole area, we really want to add some more fertilizer to this area and rebuild this soil a little bit better. We did all our soil tests, and this is the area that we'd like to concentrate, which is why we're leaving them a little bit longer in each of these paddocks. And we're actually considering adding something else to this area as well. So we're thinking about it. But for right now, they're doing great. And so this makes it also a lot easier to reseed. We'll just go 1 or 2 paddocks at a time, and usually we walk together and we'll just kind of chat and throw some seed, and then do a little bit every day so it doesn't feel overwhelming. And we move that bucket to our next post, and then that way we know where we left off. And then the next time we move them, we just do a little bit more until it's all done, and it makes it a lot less overwhelming. So that's it. That's what we're doing right now. Like, subscribe, and share to Full and Family Farm. This is the story of our family of 8 who moved cross country from the Northeast, New England, to the Missouri Ozarks to start a farm with no experience. And we are learning as we go, learning from our mistakes, and we are loving it.